haven't fucked two men at the same time. I have not done that, but like I said, I'm freaky, so actually I have done that. But no, what are you talking about? A man won't take me seriously and wife me. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, what I'm saying.
Tons of options.
The respected guy, right? Because when you're doing this much for the person, how do you expect them to appreciate when what it comes across as is that he just doing, and maybe she's not earning? Does that make sense? And I've always said this: every single person in this world respects work, even if people may not behave like they do. When it comes down to it, in the long run, people respect work. Your lady Cinnamon is only going off of your leadership style, right? So her behavior is a reflection of your leadership, my bro. Okay, so Hitman, you see the title, man. Hitman, you're the reason why she's ungrateful. I'm saying this because I'm gonna try to give evidence, guys, as to why I'm saying what I'm saying. So I want to play some of this so you guys can get oh, by the way, those might not know who Hitman is. Hitman Holler is, I guess, he's an entertainer now, right? He mainly for his appearances on the basically the battle rap scene in general. I was going to say URL, but battle rap scene in general, because he's also got his own Bags and Bodies battle rap league. He's also been appearing on the Wild and Out show, which is owned and still run by Nick Cannon. So this guy you're looking at is a very established young fellow, American based, and right now he's got this. What you're watching right now is called Hit and Hers, which is his show that he started with his fiance. So basically, it's going. You know, these videos are making the rounds right now. Basically, of many people mentioned that his fiance comes across ungrateful. I think he's mentioned it as well. Hitman has mentioned it as well, that she's ungrateful. But I'm going to cover this, but I'm going to cover it from the evidence that I've got from these clips. So I don't know, none of us know their 24-hour, you know, relationship, how they behave 7 days a week. But, you know, only they know that stuff. But what they've given us is what we can only use as evidence. So let's get into this one anyway. This is episode from one of their videos that come out recently.
Will it work?
I don't think it'll work.
How long we been together?
10 years.
We work.
But we don't communicate.
What? That's a growth area?
That's a growth. What we do?
We argue.
Oh,
and he
no.
hold grudges.
What we argue about?
His ego.
See, look, my ego. The people think I got it, and I'm not even. That's what I be saying. Yeah. I don't even have no ego. That is crazy.
His temper.
You think I got an ego?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Absolutely.
Why do you feel like
I'm on your side, brother? You good?
Do I got an ego, Cinnamon?
Yeah, you do. Why do you think? I want to hear your side looking in. Why do you feel like he has an ego?
Well, I think most men who lead well have egos. Mm-hmm. And I know that he leads well because you've been with him for 10 years and you're very smitten and all in love. I'm sitting here watching it. That means that his leadership is good.
I mean, most those should be talking about on this motherfucker. Girl, where you been? Girl, keep going, though. Keep going, honey.
Yeah, but it's important for a man to be able to recognize that about himself because, you know, ego is directly connected to pride, and pride comes right before the fall.
This motherfucker. Keep going, keep
going. So it's important. It's important for him to, you know, control his ego when it comes to his leadership and his woman, because he'll get more out of her, and she'll want to fuck him in more spontaneous places.
Come on, Jade. Come on, Jade. Come on, Michelle. What's up, girl? Come on, let's crack it. Right, what you feel? What you got to say about that?
She said it perfect.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I can't even piggyback off of that.
That's it?
For real.
That's it. So this is the type of stuff we argue about, little petty. Like, now the only thing we having a problem with is we just had a newborn. Well, he's
congratulations.
He's 9 months. So her life changed more than mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because, I'm still on the road. I'm still going to she in the house a little more. First she used to be hard, she make our friend. Now she nurturing, can't leave, this and that. So her days are just kind of feeling caged in. Okay, what you say? You feeling at home? And so now it's like, oh, you out having fun, and I'm in the house stuck with the baby. You know what I'm saying? So now it's kind of like you signed up for it, but I'm there too though. I'm helping, So we just get into it. She's just we're just trying to maneuver through the new mommy life every day. Would you say that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. But we be good, ain't
But we
not?
don't communicate at all.
I mean, technically, that was just a communication. Right? I ain't had no
To
argument.
y'all.
Oh, shit.
He's telling y'all, but we get into it over the smallest thing, and we don't know how to talk things.
Here we go.
We go days because of him without talking, and then we don't come back and talk about it. We just brush it under the table.
My problem with Sherman right now is it's out of 10 years. She hasn't worked, hasn't been cheated on. No woman came out as a woman, no other baby, no other girlfriend. She got multiple cars, houses, ring, baby. I don't go out, I don't club, I do everything. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I do everything as the best as I can. You know what I'm saying? I do it proudly. That's my baby. So today, 9 months, my son 9 months, I haven't went nowhere. Been in the house with her. Only time I leave is to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been nowhere. Then my birthday, March 29th.
Mm-hmm.
Took a guys trip to Miami, what I do every year with my homies, March 19th through the 23rd. First time was kicking it since my son been born. Today she just, you out in Miami having fun. I'm stuck in the house with my son and wrong. That triggered me really bad because I take care of family, I take care of home, I don't do nothing. My first time going out and she throw it in my face. I feel like that's disrespectful. You do everything to provide peace and you still saying help her find peace.
You're doing everything that you think should provide her peace, but you've got to dig a little bit more into what she needs to have more peace. Because again, you're approaching it with logic, but people will die behind their convictions, what they believe. People
Okay,
are not gonna
this is where
change just because you laid out all the facts and the statistics. Like so listen, you're right. How about that? You're right. Where does that get you?
But that's the point, though.
She's not changing. She's not going to bend on this.
But that's the point, though.
I'm going to stop there, right? Because this is where, the weirdest thing is that I actually agreed with her, right? From when she said that he's approaching it from logic, statistics based, whatever. I don't know what she used that, but logic based. I just mentioned that she said logic, which is what he's approaching it as, right? He's saying, I'm doing this, I'm leading. The woman even said it herself. You're leading, right? And I could tell that you're leading in a great way because you guys have, she's happy, whatever, she's smitten. They've been together for some time. She's saying that clearly you're right. You're doing things correctly, but she's not happy. And because of the fact she's not happy, I guess she's saying he needs to change stuff. And it goes on and on and on. I'm not going to continue here, guys, because people are going to want to watch it. You can go watch it, basically. You can see the title of the video is, Jay, just entering in YouTube, hit and hers, put in hit and hers, and you'll find their channel basically. But there she was right, basically, right? This is what he believes, and that's him coming from logic, but that doesn't, unfortunately for him, mean that's what she wants. But the stuff he's doing, I guess, is what she needs, whether she knows that or not, doesn't, because why? She's essentially going off of what she wants, and wants and needs are two different things. But now, should he jeopardize building because he's going to be thinking long term? I'm providing you with what you need, which is, like he said, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, all the stuff he mentioned, right? Saying he's this, that, and the third. let me go to another video, guys, where he actually goes into more detail because I'm trying to bring as much evidence, right, as possible. So watch this video from when, is it this one? Or let me just make sure. No, it's this one. Watch this video here.
I'm saying is that's cool. But for me to move the way I move, the way I know she move, a lot of niggas want her. I know all that stuff cool, but the way I move, I'm a nigga that's that got a lot of entertainment friends and all. I could be all over the place. I'm not saying it's like no award, but I could be out. I don't do nothing. Like I don't do nothing but take care of my family. I'm a family man. I don't go out. I don't go to no clubs. I don't go out. I don't do nothing. My first trip in 9 months, and I gotta hear, are you in my? I don't care what nobody say. You can't tell me that. Nobody in Atlanta even see me out. That's what true. It might seem petty, but it's not. Especially when I'm moving the right way. Take care of my girl. I take care of my son. Take care of my family. Every night I'm at home with her, watching movies, doing this, doing that. Don't go to Magic. Don't go to Opium. Don't do this. Don't do that. I go out one time and it's a slap in my face and I'm moving like that. That hit hard. That's why it hurt. That's why I'm telling you that cut just ain't just a normal cut. Cause like, God damn, what I gotta do? I even came back to make sure she was even more happier. Got her a chain, got her this, booked the cruise. I did all that. And I'm still at this point. So why would I go out and go get in some real trouble if I'm gonna still be at this point? That's all I'm saying. She might think it's innocent, but it's not. Because it's like, what more do I gotta do to not have to do this? When it
So Sam,
I'm going to stop there, right? I'm stopping there because the last video you watched, basically, right? The woman clearly said, you're doing all the right stuff. He's saying, I'm doing all the right stuff. I'm being this good man, good guy. Where I guess this is why you say stuff like nice guys. I don't want to mix the good guy, nice guy thing together, but it kind of goes together in this instance, right? Being the good guy, nice guy, whatever you want to call it, doesn't actually work in these instances, right? When you're talking about this specific scenario, right? This specific dynamic. What works in this dynamic, guys, is the respected guy. Right? Because when you're doing this much for the person, how do you expect them to appreciate when what it comes across as is that he just doing, and maybe she's not earning? Does that make sense? And I've always said this, right? Everyone in this world, right? In this world, we have to, everybody, every single person in this world respects work. Even if it's not said or people may not behave like they do. When it comes down to it, in the long run, people respect work. Because if they don't work for anything and they just get something, how do they appreciate it? So now you hear him saying it and other people are saying she comes across unappreciative, right? Ungrateful. How is she going to be grateful? How is she going to appreciate something when she didn't work for it? Every single person, you're able to cherish something, right, and appreciate it when you've really worked for it. And in Hitman's instance, it sounds as though, again, we're not in the relationship 24/7, 7 days a week. I can only go off what you're saying on clips, Hitman, in these small limited clips you've given us. I can only go off what you're saying, bro. The way you make it sound as though you do a lot of stuff, bro. There's things that maybe a person of your caliber, right, would be doing, going out there, enjoying, being a lot more open, doing just, I'm talking about, guys, when people, are very successful, they have a lot of opportunities to do a whole lot of stuff. He's not doing it, right? So she may see that as, that's great, right? This guy's being a good guy, a nice guy, right? He's doing all that good stuff, but okay, I mean, that's great. There's people that are now saying, I wish I could have that type of guy around. Why? Because they've had to work for the guy that they've had, and the guy that they had has probably not been doing what he's doing. He goes on to say stuff in this same episode. He says there's people that are doing a whole bunch of, hold on, let me just see if it's in this clip. Let me see if I can continue it. Let me see.
so Sam, do you understand that that's a big deal for him?
Yes.
Like,
hold on.
so it's just like a time thing. you just need time, because that's kind of your personality, like you said, right? It take you some time.
Yeah, I ain't even that mad like as I would be. Because like I said, I don't think, because this ain't the first time we get into it over that. That's what our arguments be. My whole arguments be when I just feel disrespected and unappreciated. Like, that's my whole argument. Like, I wasn't mad. That's only me. We be cool. Like, you right. I was cool. I was laughing. I was cool. But then she'd say something, and I just feel like what I do, that should never get said. Like, I just feel like that should never get said. That's all I like. Because if that's going to still get said, what am I being this great man for? If I'm still going to get shit like that said to me, like it just be like, okay, let me sit back and be like, damn, what more can I do? And I don't want to throw this up to nobody, no offense, but I'm just saying, no woman ever came to her as no woman. I never got caught cheating. No girl came to her, said this, I'm not on pictures, I'm not this, I'm not in clubs, I'm not, I could go down a whole list. On top of flaunting her to the world.
Other guys.
On top of taking care of her, everything I need to do. The last thing I want to hear is her telling me I can't go do, like, that's the last thing. Because I never said she's not at home. I told her every day, your job is the hardest job ever. And I give her props. But I just feel like I'm going the extra mile to avoid this. And when I get that extra mile, I'm still getting this. So it's like, I don't know what else to do. And it come off as she don't appreciate it. That's how I just come off. That's my only problem. It come off like that. And it's just like, I don't know what else I need to do to avoid this. The way I treat her, the way I live life, I should be able to go out every weekend. I don't. Cool. I shouldn't hear this the first time. I shouldn't hear it. That's all. That's my whole problem. That's my only problem. She's a great girl. She's a great fiance, great mother, all that. My only problem is I feel like I'm getting treated like a nigga who's ain't shit. I know niggas right now who treat their girls terrible, who don't, you know what I'm saying, who don't feel like I feel. And that's what's confusing me. Like, what am I doing this for? That's unreal. And I know I do it for, like, I'm a man, I'm supposed to do it.
So, as he said there, right, he knows other guys that are not doing, you know, they're not doing as much as he's doing in this instance. But the reason why it makes, I guess the reason why it's working for them, not only it's working, but the reason why they're probably, in his estimations, he feels that they're not getting the stresses he's getting right now is because I guarantee you, Hitman, these guys are having to work. Sorry, these women are having to work for what they're getting. Does that make sense? So when you're saying, oh, these other guys, they don't really treat them girls as their girls as great as I do, you know, they're out here doing all sorts of stuff, basically, right? And the woman isn't giving them that much stress. It's more likely because the woman's having to work for that. She's working her hardest just to get something. Whereas in this instance, I'm going to play something else very quickly to basically show that Hitman himself said it. I'm not guessing here, right? He said it himself that she's spoiled. He believes she's spoiled, basically, right? So hear it from Hitman himself here.
She don't appreciate the type of man she got. That's all I feel. I just feel like she's spoiled as she should be. But I just feel like the things she chooses to say to me, I worked hard enough where that stuff shouldn't get said to me.
So you see, Hitman, you're complaining, right? And I get it, right? But when we now go back to the first clip, right, of this woman talking about this lady here talking about your leadership, right? You need to understand, right, that your lady Cinnamon is only going off of your leadership style, right? So her behavior is a reflection of your leadership, my bro. This is what I'm getting it from these clips. I'm just like you guys as well. I'm an armchair psychologist. I'm just here trying to figure things out. It's an interesting topic because many people go through these things. I think they're very brave as a couple known in the public eye, actually putting out their own channel, talk show, podcast, whatever, right? Putting it out there for people to essentially judge and completely go crazy. People are saying all sorts basically, so they're very brave for doing that, right? But Hitman, the stuff you're saying, you need to understand that there is a level of accountability you must always take, because when we say this a lot about women not accountability here, accountability there, they lack accountability. I think I'm someone that I'm like everybody else. If it's in general when we're saying these things, fair enough, yes, we'll have the same complaints, whatever. I'm now, I've kind of changed. Before it used to kind of get to me as well, I'll have the same thinking. Women may lack they may lack accountability when it comes into relationship in relationship dynamic, but especially hetero relationships. But for me, it just makes sense for that. I can see from the point of view now as to why they don't take accountability. I know this sounds crazy. Let me just basically land, right? I can see why women don't take accountability in a hetero relationship, because why? Like this lady here said, the guys need to always understand that they're in a leadership role, even if it's an average guy, right? And the woman may come into the relationship maybe thinking it's 50-50. Eventually she's going to want the guy to become the leader. Does that make sense? Like, because she's like, yeah, take control. Like, take control. I may want to have a say, but I definitely want you to be able to take control. I want you to lead, because that is something that's attractive to me. It's an attractive quality that most women want from the guy that they're with, who's naturally stronger, bigger, whatever the case may be, right? So we have to always take that on the chin. You have to be accountable, bro. If you're the lead, think about it as well. Like, if you just really think about it, let's use an analogy of people in the army. You have a lieutenant, right? Captain, then you got foot soldiers, right? Do you think the higher ups, the main guys, are gonna go to the foot soldiers and be telling them, why did you make this mistake here? What's this here? Whatever. No, they don't do that. They go to the next person, in command, which is the lieutenant, basically, right? And say, what's going on here? I don't want to talk to your foot soldiers. I'm holding you accountable. Whatever they do is on you. So again, from an outside of the relationship dynamic, right? Hetero relationship dynamic, it makes sense to question or to attempt to hold women accountable for things that they're doing, just in general. Because why? You're fending for yourself. You're trying to make things happen. So anything that happens, because you're an independent person, you've got to deal with this. You've got to take accountability for whatever situation you're in. When it now comes into relationship dynamic, guys, we have to actually accept that no, we have to now take accountable. Again, yes, we're different people, but our own individuals. But you see what I'm saying here, where when they are trying to escape accountability in that relationship, is because they're not the leader. They're wanting you to be the leader. Hitman, you're the leader here, bro. You are the leader. So when you say she's behaving in a certain way, bro, you've essentially conditioned her to behave this way. If she was used to having to work to get the rewards, you said it in the clip we were just watching, right? You said that, I do this, I do that. I took her here, I took her there, right? I'm always trying to make sure. You said how, just again, in a previous clip that we're watching, that you did your birthday thing and you done that, and you tried to make sure that you covered her doing all that stuff there, so she doesn't start complaining about, but you went out, the boys thing, whatever. That's why you done what you done for her. Basically, you're just doing stuff without her working for it, is what I'm trying to say. You're just doing things. Yeah, here, babe. Because I went out now, I don't want to basically make you feel a certain way, so I need to basically do something for you. You don't have to work for it. I'm gonna do something for you, so you don't complain because that I went out. That's not. Again, you could do it your way. I'm not gonna say that's not the way to do it, but you can't complain. This is why I've titled what I titled here, Hitman, you're the reason why she's ungrateful. You're the reason why she's ungrateful. I can only lay the blame, at your feet. because this is your leadership. This is your leadership system that you've laid out, that we're watching right now. This is how you laid out your leadership system. And you laid it out where there is no work that needs to be done for reward. It's just reward. And she's gotten used to this reward system. This, I don't need to do anything to get a reward. He's just gonna give it to me anyway. This is him as your fool. I don't know what else you want me to say here. This is 1000%. This is, this is your doing. Even if it's not situational, this is your fault, because like, yes, she's a grown up. She should be grateful. But how do you expect someone to be grateful when you've not taught them? You've not taught them that system. All they know from the beginning is, I get what I want because I'm me. I get what I want because he just said it in just this last clip, as she's spoiled, as she should be. Well, as she should be, then why are you complaining? You spoiled her. You made her ungrateful. Your leadership style, the foundations you built your leadership style on, is not conducive to a long-term relationship. We're seeing it play out right now. It's not conducive. So for you to sit here complaining to not to the world, it's not like, I guess you guys are, I guess you're complaining to the world because you guys put it out as content. For you to sit here complaining to the world that you just feel like she's ungrateful or so forth, from people that understand these dynamics, right, and understands that in life, work is respected. Nobody respects no work. This is why the guys that don't achieve in this world don't really get anything. Some may say, oh, you're saying this, but there's people that are rich that are able to get whatever. Well, a lot of women will find men that are rich and realize, oh, from his behavior, he didn't work for any of this. This is why they start treating them and using them the way they use them, because you don't have that substance. You don't have that work ethic. I'm gonna just treat you anyhow. But you have to work, bro. You have to work, man and woman. Men have to work from a point of view of actually producing stuff, output. Men have to work, and women have to work from a point of view of, it doesn't sound great, but I need to make him feel like I'm worthy. I have to do this in order to make him feel like I'm worthy. I worked for that. So because I've worked for it right now, and it was so hard for us to get to this position, I'm going to cherish it. I'm going to appreciate it so much. I'm going to be so grateful. Bro, are you going to tell me her ungratefulness is not a reflection of your leadership, bro? You tell me. I'm asking you. You put this content out for me to clip and use it in this video. I'm clipping stuff. You saying she's spoiled as she should be. Don't complain to me then, bro. Don't complain to me. You can't be sitting there saying what you're saying about she's ungrateful. I just feel like she's ungrateful and she's not appreciative of stuff I'm doing. Why should she, bro? You every single time you've given her stuff, it's just because. I'm giving you just because. Now, do we know, again, we're not 24 hours with them. We don't know what's going on in a decade-year relationship. In a decade relationship, right? They've been together for 10 years. 10 years. They've been together for a decade. So in the beginning, how much you want to bet that she was doing certain stuff to have to maybe show her worth? Certain stuff was doing, you have to do this, do that, for him to, or maybe she wasn't. But I like to think, yes, there's definitely a give and take. But there was a point in time when the rules were set. Everything was set in stone. And it just became a fact of he would always reward without there being any sort of work done on her end. And she just completely got used to that. Now, all she knows is, this is all I know. I act this way, which is not really doing much. And I get something. Just randomly, I get something. This is what I'm getting from it. they now need to come out and say, no, you're wrong, Mr. Man. She does this and that and that. This is why I do these rewards, whatever. But mate, you just told me that, you know, a spoiler, she's spoiled as she should be. I do all of these things. You didn't say what she does. Well, the main thing you said is she's being the mother. I've got mother. Hitman's got mother. There's so many mothers out here right now. There's so many first time mothers. This is a general thing. It shouldn't. He's saying he praises her and so forth. Like, yes, every mother should get. This is why there's this concept called Mother's Day. This is just expected. You shouldn't be praised for it. You should be expected, right? And the time we do praise you is when you get Mother's Day cards and stuff and so forth. But it sounds like though he's always praising you just for being a mother. What? Hitman, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't. If that's the work that you see as needs to be rewarded, then I can see why she do it like this, bro. I can see why it makes all the sense in the world, because she's not essentially working for your from your praise to ensure that she's making you satisfied. She's not working for that. She's essentially just working for, in her own little bubble ecosystem, which is me being a mother and taking care of our child, is what I'm hearing from the episodes I've watched. I never want to sit here and tell you I don't know you guys' life. All I can do is use the information you've given me. I've heard what you've done on your end, doing this, making it feel special, go here, go there, taking out friends, whatever the case may be. I've not heard, oh yeah, she planned something for me, whatever. So because she planned that for me and she done all that work behind my back, nobody, I didn't even know, just surprised. I've not heard. As a result, that's why I said, yep, I'm going to take out her and her friends. All you're telling me is she wanted to go somewhere, so you flew her and her friends to some place and you were with them as well and accompanied them. Okay. I'm going to stop there because I don't think I need to say it anymore, basically. But yeah, unfortunately, from the little clips that I've got basically from these guys, and as you can see, I had to set up the clips, guys. So this is me showing you that I've researched. I'm doing the research to be able to provide you my thesis on their relationship, as if I'm studying something. But yeah, this is not to remove accountability from the lady's side, but I think men, when it comes to, that's one thing I think needs to be kind of rubber stamped now, that as men we cannot be complaining when women are not I guess dodging accountability when they're in a hetero relationship. I don't think we can be using that anymore, because you as much as she's an individual, you guys, if you want to be that leader in that relationship, then you're gonna have to, if anything that happens, you're the guy that people have to gonna come to ask what's going on. You're the one that's going to be held accountable. We have to be held accountable for their actions. We always say, if they were to do something, and so if your lady was to do something, she's making you look bad. Fantastic. It's making you look bad. She'll look bad, but it's making you look very, very bad, which means that it's all always coming to, it's all always being laid at your feet. So you need to coach. And okay, well, some will say, oh, but what if she's just uncoachable? She's not. Well, then you didn't. Then you're proving that you didn't do your homework. You didn't do your research. You didn't do your research, and you've essentially took this person seriously. You wifed this person, but you didn't do your research. Then this is on you. When we talk about women lacking accountability, I don't think we can be using it personally. People may think I'm, you can argue with me. I don't mind, argue, debate, whatever you want to call it. You can disagree, it's fine. But yeah, from a relationship dynamic, I don't think we can be using that against them anymore, man. But everything else, and if you don't want to be, you need to be held accountable for the things you're doing when you're an independent person, right? When you're not in a relationship, when you're single and you're doing things. That one is, yeah, you can't escape that. But Hitman, You're the reason why she's ungrateful. Guys, where is it? Before I leave, I always want to use this. I'm trying to get used to this stuff here. So you know what to do, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I'm out. I need to leave again. Peace.